Hello YouTube. Today I will be replying to MattFTR's video on pedophilia is wrong. However, I will also try to give my own opinion on the subject. Please be open-minded when commenting, and remember, the best way to prove your argument right is to try to prove it wrong. To avoid confusion, let me get the definition of a pedophile out of the way. A pedophile is not an adult who has sex with children. A pedophile is an adult who has sexual attraction towards a child, or the exact definition is, sexual perversion in which children are the preferred sexual object. Being a pedophile isn't a crime, being a child molester is. This subject will not be on child molesters, but instead, pedophiles. Now as for the video itself. There's a lot of rambling at the beginning I will be skipping, and I'll just skip to the meaty part of his argument that I disagree with.
However, my personal issue with these people is that they don't seem to understand the concept of what a red flag is. The concept of early signs. Okay? Pedophiles almost always become child molesters. Okay? Additionally, just like how stalkers almost always become or are abusive or aggressive people. And I don't think it's right that you can just let somebody do what they want because they haven't acted upon their urges or their desires yet.
You say pedophiles almost always become child molesters, however, you have no evidence to support this theory. People have urges to overeat every day, that doesn't mean the majority of them do. In fact, overeating is not even illegal. Compared to the consequences a pedophile would suffer, it's almost nothing. So, why would a pedophile, who isn't stupid, commit a crime they know would land them half their lifespan? Because of urges? Neither of us have evidence that swings either way in favor, or in doubt, of a pedophile's likelihood to become a child molester. Therefore, it would be dishonest to say it's likely, or unlikely. Also, it is right to let someone do what they want because they haven't acted on their urges or desires yet. If we punished people or, in your words, got them mental help, for crimes they haven't committed, then we would be in the wrong. Have you ever gotten so angry at someone you just wish they would disappear? Congratulations, you are now a possible murderer.
Several people, and I mean several, I think it's like 6 people, they're probably all from this alliance though, try telling me that basically pedophiles are not criminals. Okay, fine, I was wrong to say they are. But the problem that I'm having now is that they're trying to pass them off as good people. That is not, no, I'm sorry. Okay, pedophiles are not good, and I will argue to the death over this.
Pedophiles aren't good people. Blanket statements only prove to weaken your argument. I could just as easily say blacks aren't good people. Homosexuals aren't good people. So on. Pedophiles can be good people, or bad people, it just depends on who they are as a person.
It is inappropriate to be sexually attracted to a child, okay?
It's not appropriate. So, it's not appropriate to be born with a condition, or attraction, you can't change. I was born with blonde hair, does that mean that it's inappropriate that I don't have black hair? Of course, at least, I can dye my hair. But a pedophile can't change their perversion. Much like a homosexual can't change their perversion. To imply otherwise is to accept medieval, regressive teachings that we have long since grown away from.
And people who have sexual attraction to children, no, they don't need to be thrown in jail, but they need mental help. It is a mental imbalance to be sexually attracted to a child. And the fact that these people are trying to pass me off as some asshole is fucked up.
Please explain in detail what mental help they need. Do they need to be tortured like homosexuals were, many years ago? Or perhaps we should set up support groups to help prevent child molestation before it happens. Oh wait, we have that. In fact, your entire video is basically a reply to one. Also, I'd rather be known as an asshole than a pedophile. However, as you state later in the video, just because I defend pedophilia I am probably a pedophile. I personally don't think you're an asshole. In fact, the fact that you accepted you were wrong about pedophilia being a crime shows you're more open-minded than most people I argue with. You also called it an imbalance instead of an illness, which makes me think you put a lot of thought into your words, so as not to sound like an asshole. Although I disagree with you, I still respect you. Moving on.
If you read the comments, there will be some guy telling me that being overweight is worse than sexual attraction to children.
Speaking from a third-party perspective, being a pedophile is a completely neutral position. Not bad, nor good. However, being overweight is generally a negative trait. Meaning, being overweight is technically worse than being a pedophile. However, only from a third-person perspective. If you are a pedophile, you may have more stress than if you were overweight. Which makes me, personally, believe that being a pedophile is worst. Just because, from a pedophile's standpoint, they would be more emotionally stressed out from what they are. Now, the rest of his video is essentially repeating the same points or refuting an article which involved him. I have no reason to repeat myself, nor attack him personally. So I will just leave it with this.
What we've seen for decades is an anti-pedophilia circle jerk. There have been almost no dissenting opinions. So we've had a self-congratulatory echo chamber full of lower limbic system responses.